You want to talk about
we're on
Last of Us 2 a little bit?
Yeah, we're on the girl power kick right now. So let's talk about Last of Us 2.
Spoiler free?
Let's do some spoilers. We'll spoil up to where I'm at in the game.
This is going to be, we'll say spoiler conversation for people who haven't played it yet then.
Mild spoilers.
Y'all want to jump out right now.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. We love the support. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, hit us up at the Bacchanal on Instagram. That's the_BACCHANAL.
And we're on Facebook too.
Yep, the Bacchanal fan page.
Yeah,
go up there, talk shit with us. Trying to get that group more active. So
yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit about this The Last of Us 2 a bit.
All right, so let's I'm on my way to Route 5. So
you gotta what day is that? Seattle day what?
Day 3, I believe. I found the Asian guy grabbed me.
Oh, okay.
Grabbed me up, and I was just like, "That's a coincidence." That's some bullshit, though, man. You
didn't like the red herring?
That was a super coincidence. I was like, "Really?" And your baby mama is on my couch.
He tracked them.
Did he?
Yeah. They tracked Tommy, and he was tracking them. Like, remember how it showed they learned how to track?
Racist, man. Nah, man. He used an ancient Chinese secret. That's what they do.
But in the trailer, that was the main character who grabbed her the first time.
Joel?
That was Joel in the trailer. But in the game, it was him.
Him dead, y'all. Whoops. Him gone.
We're in spoilers, so.
So yeah, like a lot of these incels, they're really bad because first of all, they're the epitome of straight white male. Joel, him dead.
Bastion, yeah.
Bastion by Abby, who people thought was a transgender woman.
Yeah.
So that really ticked them off. And then you have Ellie, who is a lesbian, who has a girlfriend who's bisexual, who's pregnant. You got all the letters right there. LBG.
So they were just mad, man. That's compilations online when they're mad that he died. They were mad when they read the spoilers that he died. They were like, I'm not buying this game. I'm not supporting it. Like, they're acting like this guy was like the pinnacle of what humanity is supposed to be. This whole time, he's demonstrating acts of that he is not deserving to be alive in this world. And he's left, like, the whole time is a redemption story kind of in the first one. And then when he gets his opportunity to actually truly be a better person, he decides to be selfish and make decisions for people.
Exactly.
And lie and say, there's many other people with the cure. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I got to the point where she called him out on that, and she's like, we've been out on these streets for a long time. I have not met anybody like me.
Yeah.
And he's like, hush your mouth, bitch.
Exactly. Like, the problem in this game is it's falling on the pillars of the first one that they never gave her choice. You know what I mean? So, like, if they gave her choice in the beginning, we would never been in this situation. But both sides never gave her choice. So that was problematic from the get-go. So for people that have problem with where this game went, you got to have the same problem with the first game, in my opinion.
So if they just let Ellie get sliced up, the world.
If they gave her the choice, like, okay, there's a chance you could die while we're trying to get this thing out of your brain. Do you still want to go through with this? And she said no. And then they still tried to kill her. And then you're Joel saving her. You know, that would have been another kind of story. You know what I'm saying? But they never gave her a choice.
Yeah, they kind of just sprung it on Joel while she was. By the way, she's gonna probably die.
Yeah, not probably. We're gonna cut her head off to get this to find the thing that's in her brain that makes her not get affected by this, virus. So he was like, "What? No," you know what I mean? I don't know. I would probably do the same thing. That's why I get it. I get why he did what he did. But not giving any choices was the problem in the first place. And the whole story of writing.
You feel like a sociopath when you're playing it.
But every other game should make you feel like that because there's so many games where you're Mario just jumping on things' heads, just killing on.
They don't have names.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't have names.
You're killing thousands of things. You're getting points for killing things. You could avoid them in Mario. But then you see that little number in the top corner where you get more points for doing it. So you're like, yeah, every mushroom's getting it. You know what I mean? You're trying to do a combo where you're jumping off one mushroom's head to the other.
Because just recently I was playing the dog with Lapita. And I don't know if Peter will like this game. I shot the dog in the face because it could track your scent. And
those naughty dogs.
And I shot the girl, one of the girls tracking me.
Yeah.
I came up, Jesus Christ, Ashley's dead. I was like, holy shit, I killed Ashley.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, damn, I didn't know I killed Ashley. The other thing I like is
you killed a dog. They killed Rusty. They killed Rusty.
Roscoe got shot.
Roscoe. Knuckles is down.
Every NPC in the game feels important.
Yeah.
The level of detail of like
that's genius.
You could shoot ligaments off. Like I could shoot your leg.
Yeah.
You'll fall forward with just like half of a leg.
And I was doing stuff like that. They were hiding behind something.
Life.
Yeah, they were hiding behind something, and I saw their knee poking out. So I shot the knee, and the person went to like grab their knee, and then I shot him in the head. I was like, this is next level storytelling. And they're like, oh, they killed Jen. I was like, I didn't even know that was Jen.
These bullets have no names.
Yeah. Every other game, you're like plowing through people. Like you play Destiny or any other shooter, you just Call of Duty, you're just shooting things and moving forward, just killing. This one is like you're feeling the weight of every person you kill.
Yeah.
So hey man, it did its job to me. I beat this game. I'm not getting spoilers for you, but they did an amazing job of making you feel like you have PTSD later on in the game when you're like safe and you just feel like I don't deserve this. Any moment it's gonna pop off, you know. So they do amazing jobs of like saying things without saying it in this game. Like I don't know the word right now, but they did an amazing job.
So this is a revenge tale, and I always heard with revenge, you got to dig 2 graves, one for the person you're after and one for yourself.
Yeah. And
I'm not expecting a happy ending. I'm pretty sure I know what happens, but how do you feel about the character Abby? I kind of feel like that could have been Last of Us 3, where I play as Abby.
I feel like they did a genius job in storytelling in this game that is like raising the bar for movies, books. Like video gaming has always had an element of there's a powerful way to tell stories in this that can raise the bar on storytelling. And I feel like they did that in this game because when Abby killed Joel, she didn't get any one-up, no part where she's jumping in the air, hitting a star and like Mario super happy. She just looked at Joel and she looked with regret. She looked at him like, man, this was not worth it at all. What was I doing? And her story is parallel to Ellie's story. So she realized from that point in the story that this whole trek that Ellie's on is just like, it's no point to it, man. Like okay, he's gone, but like everybody goes through their stories. Everybody that's
not gonna bring the person back you're getting.
Yeah, everybody has a crew, everybody has a story, everybody has a name. So that's why it's so impactful when you hear each person's name. It's like that person's gonna have a revenge story now who just yelled out, "You killed my girl Jen!" You know, everybody has.
But some of the backlash I see with this is that they try to paint a picture of like Ellie being a piece of shit and that she has to deal with the demons of what she did, while the character Abby kind of just goes off, you know, and gets to ride off into the sunset, while your character is kind of like fucked up in shambles.
Nah, they realize that the world they're living in is no longer the world of the good and the bad. It's just the people that want to live. It's like
I think it's gray because when you start the game, it's like a gray picture of
super
Ellie.
Gray. Yeah,
and I feel like that's the tone of the game.
That is the tone. Yeah, but they realize that it's like, this isn't like society right now. Where it's like, oh, you do wrong, you break the law. It's like, no, this is just, we want to see tomorrow. Like, we just want to live.
It's survivalist.
You're not bad for wanting to live. You're just trying to survive. So that's a realization that they come with. They're like, I'm just trying to survive. Like, and like people are dying every day. Like, just to see tomorrow is a true blessing.
So where do you think some of the negative backlash with the gameplay comes from? Like people are saying, oh, the gameplay is not that good. You know, wasn't that good in the first game. Oh, there's times where you could just, you know, just tap square and beat up a zombie.
Yeah, like I honestly disagree with that because I, like from playing on Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2, you see the evolution of talent and skill in Naughty Dog. And this game, it took all those things and became better at what they do. Like you can't play a Telltale game and expect to play Call of Duty. Like that's what these people are doing. They're like, oh, I'm playing this game and I can't do a damn backflip. It's like this is the world that they build and they've been evolving this style of game since Uncharted 1. You know what I'm saying? So like, I give them kudos. I think they raised the bar on their game playing, on their making of a game. Like the way that you could sneak on your stomach now, you could be more agile and dodge, like how Bloodborne, they put that ability in there when you hit L1 and you do the back dodge, and you make Ellie can jump now. You couldn't even jump as Joel, I don't believe. And he was more heavy as a character. She's way more agile and nimble. You know what I mean? So I think they evolved everything. I loved the stages, the way the grass was way higher. It showed like you're walking through a city, but it doesn't even look like a city. It looks like an Amazon. I thought that was so dope. Problems I had with the game were like, you know how I feel about these moments where you got to slide in between things. Yeah. You did that way too many times. We did it so much in this game. It felt like it was like making fun of doing that, because sometimes it was just like a 2-second go through thing. I was like, you didn't even have to do that. Like, why even put that in there?
Or it's a jump scare. You slide through it and somebody, I got you, bitch!
Yeah, it's like, okay, I just snuck past like how many people, and then this one person gets me? Like, I snuck past a bunch of people in one part. I don't want to spoil it. But then I go to open up the door, and some big-ass person's like, oh, you thought you can get away from me, huh? She's over here! And I'm like, what the hell? You know, like, you just had to add it in. Like, what tempo were they trying to set in this game? I want to play it again and honestly see if I could sneak past a lot of the things that I just like ran through, bullets, guns a-blazing. Cause
I leave a trail of bodies everywhere. I tell you, I'm playing like a sociopath right now.
But I want to play the game again and see if I can sneak through a lot of these stages. Now that I know where I have to go, because before I didn't know where I had to go, so I'm like hitting everybody. But I don't like, the one thing I hope they evolve from is, I hope they evolve from this whole, like you do the killings, you kill people in this one section, and then the person's like, all right, I guess that's it. You know, it's like, how do you know it's it? I'm you. How do you know to tell me it's it? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's basically saying, put your guard down now.
Yeah, I wish it didn't have that. This stage has
been cleared, yeah.
Yeah, I wish it didn't have that. I wish it had like the music, the tempo still, and you gotta find that spot. You're like, where the hell is the door? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, it breaks the immersion of the game.
Yeah. Like it's an amazing game. I wouldn't give it like masterpiece or anything. I think it's a great game. I think it's an amazing game. It's amazing, like goodbye to the PS4, which a lot of things I want to see go, which is the we're done. Okay, I killed everybody. Or the stupid slide. Oh, we just gotta slide through here. And you're sliding through to let the thing load. Like, come on, let's go. Let's do away with that thing. That trick has been shown so much in these games now. PS5 and Xbox, please, I don't want to see that anymore. And there's a couple other things, but you keep talking. I'll think about it.
I had something I completely forgot just now.
Oh, no problem. But the parallels with Abby, how I felt about Abby, I like the character. At first, I didn't like the character, but then they even foreshadowed. They're like, why do you think she just wanted to go for Joel? Like, you know, like her girlfriend was like, why was she just focused on Joel though? Why did they leave you alive? You know what I mean? So like, I didn't.
That wasn't Ellie's girlfriend, man. That girl belonged to the streets. She was for everybody.
But yeah, she was. Damn. But they asked good questions in the next scene. You know what I mean? And people were saying, "Oh, I saw people online saying, oh, there's no way Joel could get caught like that." Joel let his guard down. If you didn't notice, Joel was a completely open character now. He wasn't like before, where he would just be like, nah, we got to keep moving.
Yeah, he was paranoid now.
He was like more going to what their job, Tommy and Joel's job was to go knock out, kill zombies and recruit people to come to Jacksonville. So he saw people and he was like, you guys can come back to Jacksonville. We got food, we got places you could stay. You know what I mean? That's what he was telling Abby. When that was an ill introduction, like to them meeting, because when the fence fell with Abby, remember when she was crawling?
Yep. And
then he pulled her, saved her from that. And then they were running the whole time.
Was that planned? Like, did she?
No.
Because
that was coincidence. They were going to get him in Jacksonville. They were just going to stay the night in that snowboarding place, that little.
Yeah, because I was saying because that place, like, they leave that notebook and they write whenever somebody does watch. So they probably looked and saw that Joel was there a couple of times because you signed off on the log. Mm-hmm. So they probably saw that log and they're like, all right, we're going to plan this. Joel seems to come here every 4 days.
Yeah. They were probably gonna go to the Jackson or wait there for Joel. They were trying to get Joel. That was their main strategy.
So that's
this whole thing happened. Yeah, and then they ran into the room, and then he was like, oh, we got this supplies, we're safe, you're safe, don't worry. He saw Ellie in Abby. He was basically like, oh shit, this girl's on her own out here. Oh, she has friends. Wait, you guys know me? And then by the time he realized what's going on, he got a shotgun to the knee. So to me, I thought that was the best way to get it to.
What if Joel was like, "Yo, I'm sorry, I was in a different headspace." You think she would let him live?
I kind of feel like she wanted to let him live, but then she looked around at all her friends that were there who she made go through all this shit. And she was like, I put them through all this and I've gone this far. I have to go through with it. Because at a moment where she was like looking around, she's like, all right. Like, rewatch the scene. You'll see. She's
it's
like,
the equivalent of in high school. They go, ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you're just like, I got to follow through with it.
Let's not act like, they went all the way from one part of America all the way to the other with this girl so she could do this thing. And then she doesn't go through with it there. I'll be like, yo, what the hell? What's wrong with this girl? You know what I mean? So I feel like she went through with it because of the peer pressure. And she didn't feel nothing good after that. She walked away looking more sad than she was before she went there. You know, so
a man lost his life because of a grudge.
It happens all the time. Probably especially in this world.
Oh yeah, some dumb shit. Lose your life at Caravana, stepping on some shoes.
Exactly. So how did you feel about Abby and the way the story's developing for you?
I liked Abby. I didn't give a shit about Joel in the first game.
Me neither. I was like, when's he gonna get killed? And people, there's a lot of complaints in the third act, the final act of this game.
Yes. And
I can say, like, how could you like the first game and dislike this game? Because it had the same problematic things. I could tell you what the problem thing people were complaining about.
Yeah.
The first game, you run and gun with a person who wants your deer, and they end up being the main antagonist for Ellie. Remember?
Yeah, the Fireflies.
They weren't. No, it wasn't the Fireflies. It was this dude who's gonna sexually harass you.
Oh yeah, the pervert dude. Yeah.
He just came out of nowhere. Remember?
Yep.
In this one, there's another sanction. It's not the priest people. It's not the
it's the cannibals, right?
It's not cannibals either. I don't think. It's like just another gang of people. No, it's not the Scars. It's not the Scars, and it's not Abby's crew.
Yeah, it's the Wolves and the Scars. Okay.
No, but it's a third crew that Abby gets taken with, and Ellie goes in there and gets through there. But it's a whole new crew. So it's like people are like, yo, how are they gonna introduce a whole new crew, a whole new problem, like way into this game? They did that in the first game. You know what I mean? So it's like, if you have a problem with that, how can you put the first game at such a high regard?
I saw that, I was like, I get it. Spoilers, like when she gets to the point where she's fighting Abby, I'm just like, you know, a certain thing happens, and I'm just like,
powerful, man. Honestly,
I was like, just like, why you decide to just let the person go then when you could just let them go a long time ago?
Well,
it just seems kind of dumb.
Nah, because she's okay. Every time she closes her eyes, she gets PTSD and she sees Joel's head bashed open. So she wants to get rid of that PTSD. She goes there. She gets past this whole crew they got like helmets on. They're more prepared than anybody else we've ever seen before. They deck that poor Ivy kid or whatever his name is, the kid. They punch him so hard. When you see it, you'll be like, "Oh my god!"
That's a hate crime because I think that person was transgender.
They decked that poor kid so hard. He was out cold for the rest of the game. Okay, you go through, you battle all these people to get to kill her, and then you see where she is, and she's hanging at the beach, like months. They left her just hanging, starving her, and she's all skinny and she's just finished. And you cut her free. And you're letting her go.
Just to whoop her ass. Just to whoop her ass.
She goes, there's a boat this way. There are boats over here. She leads you to boats. And then she's getting on a boat. And you start getting flashbacks of Joel with his head bashed open. So then you're like, you go fully through the same problems that Joel had. You become that same on the wrong side of history person. And that's what Ellie becomes. And then while she's fighting her, she's killing her. And she's drowning her. And she realizes, I fucking lost myself. I'm losing it. Like, this is not right. So then she's like, you know what? Whatever. Because the girl was like, yo, I don't want to fight you. I'm done with this. She was more like, I've been through this. I did what you did, and it's not worth it. Like what I told you at the beginning when she killed Joel. She should have just let it all go. It's not worth it. So she was like, okay, you want to fight me? I get it. I get why you would want to fight me. So she fights her, but she doesn't really want to fight her. You get what I'm saying?
This is like Kill Bill. This is like the sequel to Kill Bill we don't even know about. Where
so she's like, I get it.
Vivica A. Fox's daughter going after the lady for killing.
So then she realizes, yo, this girl doesn't even want to come and kill me because when you're on the farm, she's like, oh my God, the boogeyman could come at any moment and kill me. So she's like, I got to go out there and kill her because she could come back and kill me at any time. So that's why she goes after her again. But when she realizes this girl's done with this shit, she never even wanted to come back and kill her. Why am I doing this? Who am I? Like, Joel's gone. Like, this is not going to bring her back.
Technically,
so
she saved her life and then tried to whoop her ass.
Yeah, because she was like, yo, what you did was still wrong. But then she realized, yo, what is this all for? Like, what am I doing this for? I'm losing everything in the meantime. She lost everything. While you're on this journey, she's getting pure people killed. She gets Jesse killed. Tommy can't walk or see straight. She loses her ting. She loses the baby. She loses the house, the farm, the perfect picture that she had. She's losing everything on this rampage of rage. And Abby already did that. She lost everything. So she's been through it already. She's like, yo, I know what you're going through. Like, she showed empathy at the right time. She's like, all right, you want to kill me? Kill me, drown me. And the girl was just like, God damn, I can't do it. You know what I mean? So that was the powerful moment in the game. She didn't lose who she was. She was still one of the last of us. One of the good people.
My camera looking all blurry and shit.
You get what I'm saying? Go like that if you get blurry.
I still got blurry.
But yeah, you see what I'm saying? She didn't lose herself. She is still one of the last of us. One of the
she lost some other things though.
She lost everything. But yeah, you'll see what happens at the end of the game.
Yeah.
But you see how she lost her fingers and she can't even play the guitar. So the guitar is basically a parallel to the watch from part 1.
I have a theory. She was mad because those are the same fingers that she was fingering that girl with.
Oh, she's doing a weird thing with these two?
So now she don't have them fingers no more. So now she's got that thumb. She could just do this right here.
That usually does the trick.
She could do good. She could do a flick of the wrist.
Yeah.
That's why she was really crying. She was like, them bitches can't get these hands no more.
Yeah. But basically, she didn't lose herself from being one of the last of us, like one of the last people who haven't gone too far. Because a lot of these people have gone far. Like, they're just like a killing machine for nothing. For what? They're just like one of the zombies. They're just walking around. You know what I mean? It's very parallel to The Walking Dead and all that type of stuff. You know what I mean? So
I know people who still think Abby's transgendered. Like, when she had that sex scene, I ain't see no titties. and then she bent over. Like, there's a whole like
yeah. I saw that
Reddit.
Part. Yeah. Well, I saw the scene and I was like, what the ass is this? You know what I mean? But
getting them cheeks clap, boy.
Yeah. But I was like, is she not? But then as the story progresses, you realize who is. And it's like, oh shit, that's pretty powerful storytelling. The way they did that. I honestly feel like Sony put the leaks out. I'll be honest with you. The way they be doing these red herrings, I feel like they put the leak out to kind of
to ease the blow for some of these incels.
For Joel, yeah, because if they just saw that and they didn't have no warning, they would have fucking like melted. You know. So
there was one guy I saw. He beat the game. He took the disc out. He took his scissors and he just cut that shit.
See, like
I was like, "That's your $60."
Yeah, exactly. Like, they done good. They already got your money. Like they're gonna buy part 3 if part 3 comes. You know what I know they're gonna do, which I hope they do. I know these people are still gonna go and download on PS5 the Battle Royale style online versus type of thing when that comes out, because that's gonna come out and it's gonna have the 3-4 different factions. It's gonna have Jacksonville. It's gonna have the Scars. It's gonna have Abby's squad, and it's gonna have the new squad, like the Slaughterers or whatever they're called. It's gonna have those 4 different teams. You could be one of those teams. It's gonna have the different characters, and it's gonna be in Seattle or wherever. You know what I'm saying? I know that online game's coming. They're just letting people feel the impact of this first. But
you think that, or you think we're gonna get a DLC, story DLC next year?
I don't think we're gonna get a DLC. If we were, we're not gonna get it anymore. This is a great game because it's so divisive. I don't like. What more story would you want to see out of this right now? I could wait another 10 years for the next game.
A random new character. I don't know. Or
the only thing I could,
some more Joel stuff they might do to soften that blow for some of these incels. Or like,
the joke is Joel's in the game. You don't play as him, but he's throughout the whole game. Like
flashbacks, yeah.
Yeah, he's still there throughout the whole game with new stuff that you see, new.
But that fake ass country accent, man, that shit was pissing me off.
See, I'm not from the country, so it works.
I was like, you are not from Texas. He's like, y'all over here. I was like, Troy Baker. If you don't cut it out.
I thought he killed it. I thought he did a good job being from the north. You know what I mean? So
I was like, what kind of Matthew McConaughey Texas is this right here, man?
Yeah, he didn't work for you? Wow.
At times, no.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was good. There's like when you were heading to the museum.
Yeah.
And you're swimming in the water, you're like, go jump over yonder or something. I was like, oh.
No, boss, that ain't it.
I was like, come on, man.
Wow. See, that's something I didn't even notice being up north. I didn't yeah,
because my wife is like, what kind of fake ass Southern accent? I was like,
Good. That's a perspective I want from this. That's the angles I want to hear. Man.
Yeah, some of it sounded good. Some of it was just like try hard. Like, y'all fixing to go over there.
I didn't even notice.
I was like, he's like, oh no, Ellie, we're gonna go do this right here. Gonna go over yonder, over there.
Over yonder.
Fixing to go cut the lights off real quick, Ellie. I was just like, what kind of bullshit?
But you saw the parallel with the guitar and the watch, though.
Yeah,
the guitar was Joel. The watch was everybody who gives a gift dies. Like Joel gave Ellie the guitar, just like his daughter gave him the watch. She died. So they were kind of prepping people for where the story was.
Them fingers, you see, look, them fingers gave the gift of orgasm. That's why they died.
They died.
The fingers died.
Yeah, man, that was crazy. There's a lot of cool things online too, where you can go and play the guitar. And do you remember? I
was watching people. Yeah,
there's people who are making like Metallica songs and like Pearl Jam, different types of tracks and shit like that. They got some time on their hands, man, but they're talented. Go learn a real guitar if you can do that.
All right, here's my other problem. How you gonna let somebody bite off your fingers and be like, you know what? I'm gonna let you live now, bitch. You done won. My fingers are gone. You should have let her live before the fingers are gone. In
the real world, Abby wouldn't have been able to survive that battle. Do you know how much knife cuts she got? Like, she would lose so much blood. You cut her so much and stabbed her so much. That's the one thing with these games too. Joel like falls on a pipe and he survives. He would have been dead like from that in that world. But people are like, nah, boss, he's still good. This one, she's like Rambo. She's like, she gets a bow and arrow right through her shoulder. She would not be able to raise that shoulder at all. That muscle right there, the front shoulder, to do that, she got hit.
She had that perseverance in her heart, man.
She wrapped up her wrist. She wrapped her wrist and her shoulder was fine.
Yeah, right.
Like, it's a video game, people. Relax. You know what I mean? Like, there's all kinds of problems like that I could find.
I ain't gonna let somebody bite off my finger, my looks, and then be like, you know what? We're square. But now, nah, see, man.
So you don't like that? You don't like that?
No, eye for eye. I'm gonna take your fingers too.
Oh Lord. See, that's the world that they're in. They'll never get out of that problem.
Oh, well, the circle.
See,
I would have had 2 graves built right there at the farm.
So what are you fighting for then? If you're just trying to be in the same, if no one's ever going to evolve from that, what are you fighting for?
For the revenge of Joel. Once she's dead, he just...
Fuck, Joel's gone.
Well, kill her, make me feel a lot better.
Yeah, for what, an hour?
Yeah, and I'm going to go back on my farm by my damn self. And then
someone's going to come and be like, you killed Jen. I came for Jen.
And then I'll point to the back of the yard. I'll be like, my grave is right there. You want to walk me to
it? You slaughtered my poor dog, Rusty.
Yep. Exactly. She could go back to the farm and maybe Rusty's owner is just waiting for her.
Yeah.
The circle continues.
Rusty's owner's coming. That's the DLC right there.
Yeah. The dog trainer. I trained all these dogs and they're all
just
slaughtered.
Killed them. Took me 4 years to get this dog to do not shit in the house. So you killed him on the 4th.
Play as some random guy named Leroy.
Yeah, there's nothing they could do more. I think they should just.
Yes, I want to play as a black person.
Why?
Because I want to.
It's so stupid.
I want to know the black perspective during all this. Like, he puts on the mask and he sees one of the spores and he says, "Man, fuck this," and he turns around.
That's the one thing that surprises me so much in this game, how open they are to all different cultures. There's no like real racism that you see. It's just more like, you're this and my philosophy is this and your philosophy is that, so I don't like you. It's not like a color thing. Like, there's Asians, blacks, Chinese, everybody all together. You know what I'm saying? They defeated racism in this game while becoming more racist against different teams.
They didn't defeat homophobia because homeboy, the bigot sandwich guy too. He called her all types of names.
Oh yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah, he's like, "I made you a steak sandwich."
Yeah. I forgot about that guy. Yeah.
You know, you probably called her the D word, the D word that rhymes with pipe.
Yikes!
Like, yikes!
Yikes!
Ellie looked like she stinked the whole game. There's one part in the beginning. She's like, "You wore that clothes yesterday," and she's like,
"So."
She's like, "It's comfortable." I'm like,
Ellie, you.
Ellie smelling like the Mayflower out here.
Yeah, Ellie looked pretty stink. She made the whole game.
She ain't taking no feminine hygiene products. her nails when you're working on your gun. You look at the nails, just dirt and sadness in the nails, man.
Yeah. Ellie didn't brush her teeth one scene.
Not once, man. She ain't biting a piece of bark or nothing.
That's the thing with this game. Like you go around finding the weirdest things, like pieces of scissors and shit. You could make something to stab somebody with a toothbrush. Like there's toothbrushes in every house. Like you'd think she would be like cutting. That's how she makes those things to stab people with the toothbrush.
Nah, that's for the black.
Not a random.
You get to play the black man and got out of jail.
Like, they make things out of the most random stuff. Like it's like how are you finding this in a house? Like different specific wiring.
You want to play as a black man during the apocalypse? A random black guy?
I don't know. I don't know.
I want to play
what story.
I want to play as a stereotypical black guy.
Hmm.
And then there was an outbreak in prison. And I used a toothbrush to get out.
So, do you like the mechanics of this world? Do you want to see it go further in some form or fashion?
Yeah, they could fix some things, of course, and they could. I think the fluidity of the game was good. Like I didn't see a lot of loading screens. It'll load like one time.
Yeah, I didn't really feel none.
I like the detail of like when you have the astronaut helmet on.
That was amazing.
When you breathe, you'll see like your breath on the helmet. So this game deserves like 9s and 10s from a technical aspect, but I can see some of the flaws in the story.
Yeah, of course, but it's a video game. Like I just beat like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which people give high acclaim also, and I do too. But the end of that game was like you spend so much time this guy trying to kill you, who's your own brother, and then you have one conversation. He's like, "Oh, for real? Well, I guess I'm cool now." It's like, what? You killed everybody I love, and you tried to kill me for 30 hours, and then in 2-minute conversation, we're cool. So,
they're like, "Oh, water under the bridge."
Yeah,
right,
this game is like leaps and bounds above storytelling of a video game. You know what I mean? So that's why I give it so much props. It's like the accessibility also, like for people who can't hold a controller the way we can hold a controller, or for people who have eyesight problems or who can't see certain colors, they rose the bar on accessibility for this game also. The second playthrough, I'm going to probably throw on some of the accessibility stuff on there to make it easier for me to find.
You can play that shit like Daredevil.
Yeah, there's a thing where you can hit a button and it shows a wave during like Assassin's Creed where it just shows you what you can and can't open. I'm going to put that wave on. Why not? I'm going to put the
Stevie Wonder going to play this game. Stevie Wonder could see. I've heard stories where
Stevie Wonder could play this.
Man, I heard stories where like he'll tell people where to park and all types of shit. Like, like he'll open the door and be like, "Hey, park to the left right there." Like I've heard stories where Stevie got his third eye open. He could see with that shit. Apparently.
But this game is a definite